There is a ton of new food in Hollywood studios. We're gonna be trying some of the new offerings at my favorite spot to hang in Hollywood, BaseLine Tap House. We'll be ordering the entire new menu at the Sci-Fi Dine-In, and we'll also be snacking on some of the new sweet treats you can find around the park. As always, I'm gonna let you know which of these new foods you should check out on your next visit to Hollywood. So let's go eat. The very first spot that I want to hit up today is BaseLine Tap House. I noticed just today they added a new food to their menu, which doesn't happen often, and there's also a new beer, which sounds really interesting. So we've picked everything up, and I am so excited to get to trying all of this new stuff. Let's see how this beer is. This is the all-new Lost Coast Brewery Vanilla Latte Stout. A 16-ounce costs $11.75. They do, of course, also offer this in a 20-ounce if you wanted to get a little bit of a larger one, but I just got a smaller one today because I haven't tried it before, so I gotta see if I like it before I get a bigger beer, and usually I'm not a beer person, but I've really been into Guinness lately. Ever since St. Patrick's Day, I was getting a bunch of Guinness on St. Patrick's Day, so I feel like I might actually like this because it's gonna be like a coffee beer, and obviously I love coffee, I love espresso martinis, and now that I've been into Guinness, I feel like I might be into this as well. But let's see. Cheers, guys. Honestly, yeah. That does kind of give me Guinness vibes mixed with coffee. I like it. You can definitely get those notes of coffee, and I'm definitely picking up on a little bit of vanilla. Now, I do wish this had a little bit more like foam on the top, because that's what I like about like a Guinness. Like the foam kind of like makes it a little bit creamy. This didn't have much foam on it when I picked it up, but it's still very good. It's very heavy though. Like I feel like I would not want to get this when it's super hot. Luckily, there's a nice breeze and it's actually like really nice out today. So I will definitely enjoy this. But when it's super hot, we're getting into the summer months. It's getting really, really hot out here. I don't know how often I would get this, but I feel like this is like the perfect beer to get during the winter here at BaseLine. So during the winter, I would definitely get this again. But if you're into coffee beers, I would say you'd probably like this. It's good for a coffee beer, and it's good for a beer coming from a non-beer drinker. Now, there is one other drink I wanted to pick up from BaseLine. When I was looking over the menu, I noticed that they changed up my favorite drink on the menu, the strawberry hibiscus soda. I think it used to just be on the menu as strawberry hibiscus soda, and now it's listed as something else, and I was like, oh no. I hope they didn't change it. So I wanted to pick it up and see if it's changed, if it tastes a little bit different. I asked the bartenders in there if it's the same, and they let me know that it should be the same and that the company that used to sell it just got bought out by Minute Maid. So I'm hoping Minute Maid didn't make any changes to my actual favorite drink at BaseLine, the strawberry hibiscus soda. So here we have the Minute Maid Aguas Frescas Strawberry Hibiscus, which costs $5.29. When I come to BaseLine, 99% of the time, this is what I am ordering. It is a non-alcoholic soda. But you actually are able to add some alcohol to this. They have a bunch of different liquors behind the bar, and you could add whatever alcohol in a single or a double that you'd like. I usually like to do a Tito's strawberry hibiscus soda, and I'm very particular with it. I get a double Tito's strawberry hibiscus soda in a tiny cup with 2 limes. Very particular order, but it's so good that way. I like being able to taste the liquor, you know? But today we just went with the non-alcoholic strawberry hibiscus soda, which is just as good, if not better. And I'm curious to see if it's going to taste any different than it used to. I really hope it doesn't. The flavor is definitely the exact same. I love that like strawberry fizziness, although I will say it might not be as fizzy as it used to be. Are you picking up on that as well?
I would second that.
You would second that? Okay, I'm here with Phoebe, and she got the same thing. Mine is a little bit watered down. That's just because the ice has melted a little bit, but I have confirmed with Phoebe. Is it the same?
Confirmation, it's the same. Yeah.
We are both very happy about that. We are big strawberry hibiscus soda fans. Highly recommend. Well, the real reason we came to BaseLine today was to try this new pepperoni flatbread. This has mozzarella and pepperoni topped with ricotta and hot honey for $17.
It smells like pizza.
It smells like pizza? That's crazy. That's honestly so crazy. I'm gonna go for a middle piece here.
Pepperoni on that one.
I know, the pepperoni is not evenly distributed on my pizza. I know, I have to move it around. Honestly, this pizza has like my ideal pizza toppings.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't get pepperoni, but hot honey and ricotta are like two of my favorite pizza toppings.
Yep.
So this should be good. Cheers.
Cheers.
I was so excited for that flatbread, and I gotta say, I am so disappointed, which doesn't happen often here at BaseLine. Usually the food and the light bites and the snacks that they have are good, but this one is definitely a miss. The very first thing I noticed when I picked up this flatbread was that the crust looks like naan bread. The shape of it, the look of it, the like fluffiness of it, it looks like it was made on naan bread, which would be fine, except for the fact that it wasn't cooked long enough, so the naan bread or whatever crust they're using, if it's not naan bread, it didn't get really crispy. So it's just like a fluffy crust. Then when I bit into the flatbread, the first thing I tasted was lemon. And I realized that the lemon flavor is coming from the ricotta. I feel like they've maybe mixed some lemon in the ricotta, which usually on like sweet things or like pasta would be good. And you guys know I love lemon flavored things, but I don't think the lemony flavored ricotta works on this type of pizza here. There is definitely not enough red sauce. I did not taste any marinara sauce on that whatsoever. And another strong flavor was that honey. There is so much honey on that pizza. It is drenched in honey. And it's supposed to be hot honey. So if it's drenched in hot honey like it says, you would expect a little kick, a little bit of heat. However, there is no kick, no heat whatsoever. I think they just used regular honey, and if it's some type of hot honey, it is certainly not the good kind of hot honey. It is not Mike's hot honey. I also think the pepperoni should have been like char and cup pepperoni. I think that would have been a lot better on here. And $17 for that is very tiny. If it was $12, that might have been a little bit better, but $17 for that, it's a very tiny flatbread that I'm not a fan of. Phoebe agrees, right?
Don't hand down to my plate.
Phoebe ate the whole thing. She was hungry, but I don't think she liked it either.
No.
Mom, what'd you think?
So I don't like hot honey, and that was not hot. It just tasted like regular honey. Like, I had no problem eating it. And the ricotta, to me, it tasted like cheesecake. I felt like I was eating cheesecake because I took the corner piece, so it didn't have pepperoni, and it literally tasted like I was eating cheesecake.
Yeah, it was weirdly sweet, and you know she's a wimp for spice. If she could handle that hot honey, you know it ain't hot.
And I love sweet, so that was not pizza in my opinion.
Well, the flatbread may not have been a success, but luckily we have two good beverages here. Next up, I think we're gonna head right behind me to Sci-Fi to check out their new menu. Sci-Fi is a 50s style drive-in theater restaurant, typically serving up burgers, fries, shakes, onion rings, but this new menu is definitely, I guess you could say, a little different. I have, of course, dined here many, many times throughout many of the different menu changes, and every time I leave feeling pretty unimpressed. I really am not a fan of this restaurant. I'd actually say food-wise, it is probably one of, if not my least favorite restaurants on property, which really stinks because obviously the ambiance is just fantastic. You get to sit in these cool cars and watch different old school movies while you dine, which is obviously unlike any other restaurant at Disney World and honestly maybe unlike any other restaurant anywhere. However, the food just never really does it for me, which I wish the food was good because this restaurant is just so cool. But let me show you guys this new menu. So we don't have any new drinks, but we certainly have a ton of new food. If we take a look at the appetizers, specifically these silver screen wings, you'll notice they have an option to toss your wings in either hot honey buffalo or Parmesan garlic sauce, which is going to be brand new. But most of the new food is going to be in the burger, sandwich, and entree section of this menu. I'm going to have to check what the current feature film burger is to see if that's changed and if that's new. But if not, there is a new fried chicken sandwich that's tossed in buffalo sauce. We also have a new cheese ravioli dish and a new grilled pork chop entree. Okay, the feature film burger is the barbecue burger that they pretty much always have, so hasn't changed in a while. So after reviewing this menu, you're probably realizing why I said a lot of the new food on this menu doesn't really seem to fit the vibe. When you think of a 50s style drive-in theater, you probably think of burgers, hot dogs, popcorn, shakes, fries. So why is there ravioli and pork chop on the menu? I don't really know, but we're gonna try it all. Starting with the new silver screen wings, which are crispy wings tossed in Parmesan garlic sauce, served with celery and carrot slaw for $16. Guys, I've gotta say, these look pretty bad. I had the wings that they had here before. They used to be like a barbecue wing, and they really weren't good before they switched them to the hot honey buffalo. And now that they have this garlic parm flavor, it doesn't look too hot either. But what is really sending me on this plate is this carrot slaw, because there is just like a grape in it. I guess you put like grape in chicken salad sometimes, but I just was not expecting a full grape with my plate of wings here. But these wings on their own, I mean, they just look so, and they feel, they're just so soggy and pale. Like, I don't even know if they were fried or crisped whatsoever. I don't know, they don't look too hot, but I'm a drum girl, so we're gonna try one of the drums here. They're also like extremely tiny, so I don't know, hopefully they taste a bit better than they look. It's not looking too promising though. I don't want to do this. Yeah, these wings here are unfortunately just as bad as they look. The wing itself has this freezer burnt kind of flavor, and they are just not crispy whatsoever. I don't know if they're like baking these wings, frying them. I have no idea what they're doing, but they just have absolutely no crisp to them, which in my opinion is the most important thing when it comes to a wing. I need a wing to be crispy, and if it's soggy and the skin and the outside kind of has that like gummy texture, it's not for me, and that's what you get with these wings. It also doesn't help that the sauce isn't good at all. It's that thick kind of garlic parm sauce, and when I have a garlic parm sauce, I like it to be like a buttery kind of sauce, and this is more of the Buffalo Wild Wings kind of garlic parm sauce, to where it's thick. It kind of tastes like Buffalo Wild Wings garlic parm, but it's also way more watery. So it has a lot less flavor. Like, there's barely any garlic Parmesan flavor on this whatsoever. Like, if you handed me these wings and I was blindfolded and I ate them, I could not tell you what flavor it was. By looking at them, you could tell, but if I couldn't see them, I would have no idea what flavor it is. These, again, unfortunately miss on like all levels. I was hoping they would be better than the previous wings, but man, I don't think they are. And I think I'm also staying far clear of that carrot and grape salad. I don't know, they're also $16 for 5 wings, and these are tiny. I mean, one of them is like, this is like smaller than my finger. This is a tiny wing here. They're all very tiny, but that one in particular, but man, these are rough. These are some of the worst wings I've ever had, I think. Okay, so next up here at Sci-Fi, I ordered the fried chicken sandwich, which is a fried chicken thigh tossed in buffalo sauce, then topped with a house-made pickle ranch and lettuce for $21. I must admit, our sandwich here is looking quite tasty, although the chicken itself is very, very thin. We got a lot of bun and not a lot of chicken here, but hopefully it can't possibly taste worse than those wings, so I have high hopes here. Maybe things are looking up. This sandwich is actually quite tasty. Although not a lot of chicken on here, the chicken is quite thin. It is good. It's very crispy, and the flavor of the sauce is really good. The sauce is actually what's making it for me. It tastes like a house-made buffalo sauce. I don't know if it is or not, but the buffalo sauce is actually really good. Luckily, they gave us an extra side of the buffalo sauce, so I could dip my fries in here too. This is some good buffalo. When you order a sandwich here at Sci-Fi, you're able to substitute the side of fries that it comes with for a side of onion rings for a couple of extra dollars, and I totally forgot. It totally slipped my mind. I wish I did, because I do enjoy the onion rings here, and I think it would also pair really good in that the buffalo sauce. So I wish I thought of that. I wish I got some onion rings instead of the fries, because they're just typical Disney fries. Actually, they used to serve steak fries here. Yeah, they used to serve steak fries here. They changed their fries. They're now just regular Disney fries. I just realized that. It just hit me.
Because they're attached to ABC Commissary.
Yeah,
and
but ABC Commissary
serves
changed
steak
their fries. They must have. They must have if
Those are my favorite.
yeah, they must have changed their fries if they have these ones here now too. But yeah, no more steak fries. All right, so we've got our third and our fourth new foods here at Sci-Fi, and these are the two things that don't seem to really fit in the menu. I want to try these cheese ravioli, which are sauteed in a brown butter sauce, topped with house-made sausage, squash, roasted mushrooms, and lemon ricotta for $26. Something Phoebe and I noticed when we were sitting over at BaseLine was that there was also ricotta on this ravioli here at Sci-Fi. And we came to find out that it is lemon ricotta. Does that sound familiar? Remember there was a lemony flavored ricotta on our pepperoni flatbread? I said it tasted like lemon. I highly, highly doubt they are using two different types of ricotta since they pretty much like share a kitchen. They're really close to each other at BaseLine and Sci-Fi here. So I bet they are using the same ricotta on that flatbread that we had and this ravioli here. And I would say I'm like almost positive because they're also like shaped in the same little dollop on this ravioli here. So I think it's safe to say I was right about that lemon ricotta there, but I definitely think it's going to pair better on this pasta here. But still, raviolis are like super strange to find here at a drive-in theater restaurant, but I don't know. Let's see if this is any good here. Very buttery, I will say. There's a ton of butter on the bottom of this bowl here. I want to kind of get a bite with everything. Some sausage, maybe a little bite of squash. If I could get it, a little dip in the ricotta. Let's see how this is. This is throwing me off a bit, mainly because this is just so oily and so greasy because these raviolis are just seeping in a pool of butter at the bottom of this bowl. Like there is just so much butter here that it's too much. It is way too much butter here. I also really don't like the flavor of the mushrooms in this dish. It kind of overpowers a lot of things. And I typically like the flavor that mushroom adds to things, but not in this scenario here. I think if you remove some of the butter and you take out the mushrooms, this would be a lot better. The lemon ricotta certainly tastes a lot better with these ravioli, but I mean, like, I just feel weird. Like, why am I sitting here eating pasta, you know? Like, I feel like I should be eating a burger or a hot dog, something. But I don't know, this is just like a weird addition, and there's way too much butter in here. Like, I feel like this should be more of a lighter dish, but it's not going to be because of the amount of butter. The sausage is actually pretty good. The sausage has been browned really nicely. It has a really nice crust on it. The sausage is good. But overall, it's just weird. Our final new savory dish at Sci-Fi is the grilled pork chop with a creamy cheese polenta, grilled asparagus, and peach chutney for $32. First up, let's try this polenta here. And it is completely solidified. It's actually like a pancake. Do you see that? I could lift it up like a pancake. Ooh, I can't even, I can barely even smush it down. This ain't creamy, I will tell you that.
Thorough calculation, it is my unequivocal opinion that there is absolutely no life on the planet Mars.
That is so incredibly dry, and it's not cheesy either.
Yeah, it's a
Creamy cheese polenta, it is certainly not that. I can, that it's not that. That's all I'll say. But let's see this pork chop here. I'm having to saw through this. It is well done and thick. It also has a bone in it, if that's not your thing. I know my dad does not like meat with bones in it, so just a heads up. This pork chop does have a bone. I'm really sawing through this thing. This looks like...
using a butter knife. They didn't give you...
No, this has some nice blades on it here.
Oh, it does?
Yes, it has a blade. This looks like the pork chops that my dad like roasts in the oven. Which, sorry, Dad, it's not much of a compliment. But this peach chutney should be good. This is actually seasoned quite well. I also like the little bit of char that it has from the grill. You can tell. You can see some grill marks here, which I appreciate. The peach chutney adds a really great sweetness, which I appreciate. And I don't think it tastes nearly as dry as it looks. Like, I thought this was going to be super dry, especially when I was cutting into it. It felt like it was going to be real dry, and it's actually not. It's quite juicy. The flavor is there. I like the pork chop. The polenta, not too sure about that one, but the pork chop is good. But still, would I like order this again? No, like it's fine. It tastes like a pork chop my dad would make, but like that's not what I want when I come here necessarily. But I guess like the flavor is good, so it's better than most of the other things that we've tried today. So I guess that's a plus. Well, that has been quite rough so far. We still have dessert though. There is a new dessert on this menu. Now here's a look at all of the desserts that they offer, and on top of all of this, they also have some different milkshakes that you can order, but the new dessert on the menu is this feature finale, so that is what we're going for. The feature finale has a vanilla sponge roulade with raspberry vanilla custard, panna cotta, strawberry sauce, fresh fruit, and whipped cream for $10. First things first, let's cut into this cake here. And I don't even want to destroy the thing on the top here. It is so satisfying, but we must. Let's see what's inside. Oh, it's like a cinnamon roll. Do you guys see that? Oh, I wasn't expecting that, but it's rolled like a cinnamon roll almost. I have higher hopes for this after cutting into it here, and I always like fruitier, like fruit-flavored desserts, so I think this one is going to be good. And I was definitely right about that. The cake is nice and light and spongy, and I really like all of those fruit flavors coming through. It's nice and tart, just sweet enough, and there's also some type of like crunchy little bits in the center that are really nice too. This like mousse, I don't know what it is on the top, but it's really good. It adds like a great tartness to this dessert. And since the cake isn't like overly sweet or anything, all of the other like fruit flavors really sweeten this up. This is definitely hands down the best thing that we have eaten at Sci-Fi today. No doubt about that.
Definitely the best thing we ate today. Would I order it again after seeing all the ice cream sundaes and shakes going by? Probably not, because they look so good, but it's good.
With that, though, we are done with our meal at Sci-Fi, and I think we can both agree that was probably one of the worst meals all around that we've had at Disney in a very long time, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It was very rough. But what was your favorite thing that we tried? The dessert?
Yeah, probably. I mean, the pork chop was okay. It was juicy. It was fat, but I mean, I
wouldn't get it again.
No.
Wouldn't get it again. I say it every time. I'll say it again. Sci-Fi just needs to do a complete menu overhaul. They're trying to do way too much with that new menu. The ravioli, the pork chop, it just does not make any sense to be at that restaurant. And I think they just need to keep it simple with a bunch of different burgers. I mean, switch them all to smash burgers. The current like thick patties that they have, they just aren't great. Throw a bunch of hot dogs on the menu. My friend had a great idea that they should do like a hot dog flight, like mini hot dog flight. I think that would be perfect. It fits the theme so well. Incorporate popcorn, have some cool different types of nachos, chili cheese fries. I don't know. There's so many different kind of like drive-in theater foods that come to mind that I could think of, and different ways you could incorporate those kind of ingredients into foods that would be so much better than what they have now. The potential is there. The restaurant is so great theming-wise. The food is just such a miss every time. It's so unfortunate. Now we're gonna pick up a couple of different sweet treats around the park. Our first one is gonna come from right next door at ABC Commissary, a raspberry pistachio cheesecake. This is a raspberry cheesecake with a white chocolate ganache, pistachio whipped cream, raspberry jam, and pistachios for $5.79. ABC Commissary always has some type of little dessert here, served on always one of these gold little trays. Usually it's some form of cheesecake. They switch it up every couple of months or so. Now we've got a raspberry pistachio cheesecake. Those flavors seem very random, and I feel like lately Disney is just trying to throw pistachio flavor in everything because of the Dubai chocolate craze. But I feel like they could have just made this a Dubai chocolate cheesecake instead of putting raspberry with it. I don't know. Feels to me like a random flavor combo, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see if it goes together. I don't know. The only flavor I'm really tasting in this is raspberry, in the raspberry cheesecake. I don't really taste much pistachio in this whatsoever, but the raspberry cheesecake itself is actually quite good. It's a nice, thick, almost tastes like a New York style cheesecake actually. I want to try this pistachio whipped cream though on the top. That's an extremely subtle pistachio flavor. I actually don't even taste pistachio whatsoever in this cream on the top. It just tastes like plain whipped cream. I mean, if you're in the mood for a cheesecake, I actually do think the cheesecake on the bottom is quite good, but it's not necessarily something that I would like go out of my way for, which is how I feel like most of the food we've had today is. Try that cheesecake out, Mom. I think you might like it.
We're getting a deal on raspberries because they're
Yeah, a lot of yeah.
It's the same picture.
A lot of fruity desserts here, from sci-fi to this. What are we doing now, Mom?
We're watching the Artemis. Is that how you say it?
There's going to be a rocket launch while we're here in Hollywood. It looks like a lot of other people have the same idea as us, too. Look how many people are waiting to see this launch. Yeah, it would be really funny if we're... Oh, I hear... Do you hear it? Oh, look, there it is! Right there, straight ahead.
I don't see it.
You could just see the fire.
I don't see it.
You could see a little line going through the clouds. It's in the clouds now. Well, that was pretty uneventful. I did get a better video on my phone that I think I'll be able to zoom into a little bit better to show you guys, but we really only caught a glimpse of it for like a half of a second, and then it was gone into the clouds and it's vanished, and I guess it's not going to be coming back out of the clouds.
And we've seen in Magic Kingdom, I've seen before when they do the X launch, you can see like the line of the. But
yeah, I don't see anything. It's too cloudy today, so we still have one more treat to try. So I guess let's go to Toy Story Land. Here at Woody's Lunchbox, they have a new lunchbox tart. It's not necessarily new because I believe they had it last year, but they brought it back. This is the Claw Lunchbox Tart. It's a key lime curd-filled pastry topped with marshmallow fondant, sugar candy, blue and purple sprinkles for $5.29. I'm pretty sure I had this last year, but I can't totally remember. And if I did have it, I don't remember what it tastes like. So this is going to be a totally new experience for me, kind of. And the inside there is looking very green and artificial. I thought it was going to be more like a lemon meringue pie kind of filling, if you will, or a key lime pie filling, but it looks more like a green frosting. I don't know. Hopefully this will be good. I don't know what's going on with this food in Hollywood studios today, but we are like striking out left and right. This isn't that great. I mean, the pastry is good. I think it's nice and buttery and flaky, and I don't think it's as dry as it usually is. But that filling, the filling just really isn't that great, if I'm being honest. The description says this is a key lime curd filled pastry, but I could tell you right now that's not a key lime curd filled pastry. This is like the consistency of toothpaste, and it looks like toothpaste as well. If they actually put like key lime curd in here, I think this would actually be really, really good. But it's not key lime curd. So yeah, this is not my favorite lunchbox tart. And they say marshmallow fondant. This doesn't taste like marshmallow. It just tastes like the normal icing that they put on these. We're striking out left and right, like I said, here in Hollywood today, guys. It's been a rough day. Well, that is going to do it for us here today in Hollywood Studios. We tried a ton of new food, and unfortunately, we didn't really have much luck in finding any good new food in the park today. Out of everything that we tried today, the only thing that I would probably get again would be that coffee beer from BaseLine, that vanilla latte stout. I definitely think that's a good beer that I could see myself getting again when it's cooler out. But other than that, I wasn't a big fan of anything we tried, so hopefully when there's new food in the park again, hopefully that food will be a bit better. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today in Hollywood. Thank you to everyone over on Patreon. I really appreciate your support. As always, if you enjoy honest Disney food reviews, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.